Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, folks, into the mix we go today on this Wednesday, April 16th, 2014. Markets are in rally mode as I dictated yesterday. And again, yesterday in the free video, I discussed how the markets had pushed up off the same level at the lows. And that you can see really clearly right here. This level and this level, double bottom, perfect level. And if you zoom out a little bit, it matches perfectly with the gap fill right here as well. So this level on Friday was defended. This level on Monday was defended. This level on Tuesday was defended. And notice how the markets closed higher than Monday's high. Short term, that's a bullish signal for the markets. And again, therefore, I did purchase a couple long plays over the last couple days, and we are in the money on those. Very easy to read this market right now, and it's a great trading market. I honestly don't remember a better trading market than the market we've had so far in 2014. In any case, markets are up today decently. If you look at where the charts are running into resistance, this is a pretty clear indicator. Please notice that you have this little pivot high right here, this little pivot low right there, and this little pivot high. That told me there was going to be resistance there at the morning session. We talked about a pullback coming in. That did come in. Then we came back up there, and we've pulled back again off of that level. Now, the big question is going to be, where is this market going to ultimately run into resistance? And there's a couple interesting things here. Number one, this trend line. All right, notice how this trend line, we gapped above it today. The fact that we gapped above it is a positive for the markets over the next couple days. You have to take it as a positive. There's no other way to take it. It's what we call a river theory on a short-term basis, and that's a proprietary signal. So just another bullish signal. Even though the markets aren't really ripping higher today, there's still a little caution out there. But I think over the coming days, you'll see the markets inch up a little bit more into next week. Now, tomorrow is the last trading day of the week, and I expect maybe a little bit of minor profit taking towards the end of the day on Thursday, since the markets will be closed for 3 straight days. But aside from that, I'm still thinking that there is more upside. A majority of the upside will come in the NASDAQ, the biotech index, the IBB, and you'll see individual stocks. Now, it's not going to be a long-term bounce. This is an interim bounce, as major levels have been hit on the downside of support. And once those levels get taken out to the downside, which I'm going to tell you how to know that, then you want to be on the short side again on this market. And that's what we've been doing, folks. We've just been playing each angle of the markets. When the markets are going to fall, we've been shorting, and we've been making money. When the markets are going to rally, we've been going long. And it's worked amazingly well to the tune of over 150% net profits in 2014 thus far, basically 3.5 months into the year. All right, and we're on pace literally for about 500% net profits on the year, which is basically what we did yesterday. Now, again, if you take 10% of that and you do 500% for the year, and let's say you put 10% in each position, that's a 50% return. And what I love about it is last year a lot of people could say, oh, well, you guys were up 50% net return if you took 10% of each play and put it into all our plays. And listen, 50% outperformed the market at 30% gains on the S&P. But the key is, look at the difference in markets and look how we're performing the same way. And I think that's really the standout, is that in any market, we're going to make lots of money. The average investor this year is down or flat on the year. We're up already on pace for that 50% return, net 500% return. And that's what I think is so special about the methodology here, the proprietary strategies. All right, these proprietary strategies are gold mines, I tell you. In any case, going back to the markets here, guys, markets, as long as they stay above this downsloping trend line, have a neutral to positive bias, and the only way you can really have a negative bias is if you take out this low down here. So see this area right down here? This level's been defended multiple times, and only if you close below this on the daily, so basically a close below 180, 150, and then you would want to be bearish. So again, below this line, bearish, between this line and this downsloping line, neutral, and above this line, bullish. Very simple to categorize this market. Okay, and again, I told you guys I picked up the IBB at 211 the other day, 211 and change. I'm up $10 on the IBB right now. And if you go to the daily chart, and this is what I gave to members too, so I mean, it's, members are benefiting from all my trades. But just take a look at this level here. I mean, this is just one of those levels you dream about. Pivot high, pivot high, pivot high. You break out, you come down and retest it, and then you bounce higher, make this huge run up. Here's a 100% retrace. And I love today, even though the IBB is only up 1.75%, not a huge move, but I love that it's above the 200 again. I think that's unbelievably important, and if you know the proprietary signal of confirmation, you clearly see you never confirm below the 200 either. And I think that's something that should be mentioned because it is of the utmost importance. Okay, so just another signal there. Let's take a look at some other stocks. Yesterday after the bell, Yahoo reported earnings. Yahoo's up about 5.6% today, has come in off its highs. Their earnings honestly stunk. But Alibaba's earnings and revenue and growth was spectacular. And because Yahoo owns such a large percentage of Alibaba, that's a very, very positive thing for the stock. All right, now would I be a buyer up here? Heck no. I'd rather wait for it to go a little higher and short it. But at least in the short term, that's one of the reasons why the stock is up today. Actually, the only reason the stock is up today. Intel also reported earnings, and you can see Intel had already rallied substantially into earnings. So, in all fairness, it's basically flat on the day, and it's hovering right here. There's a nice little double top on Intel right here. After the bell today, we get earnings from IBM. Let's take a look at IBM. IBM's had a big move up recently. It's a little on the weaker side today. It's slightly down in an up market, but take a look at this, okay? So you have this fall and then this big rally. And this big rally, in my opinion, it's going to be tough for the stock to really push up very much. I think the upside is limited to about $5 to $6 upside max, and your downside could easily be back to these moving averages, which would be about a $10 to $12 downside move. So I favor the downside, and even if it does go up on earnings, I think it's a very minimal move to the upside. Plus, you have this topping tail, which is still technically valid. So it's going to be an interesting earnings announcement, that's for sure, when it comes to IBM today after the bell. Today, Janet Yellen spoke a little bit around the midday session. We got the Beige Book at 2 o'clock. Nothing earth-shattering. This market, honestly, if you go back to the spiders, and let me flip over to the daily chart here, the markets are in holiday mode already. I mean, it is just what it is. You can see right here, look at the volume. I mean, look at this. It's barely moving here. You can barely make it out. Compare it to yesterday. I mean, look at yesterday's volume all day long, and look at today's volume. Today we've only done 69 million on the SPY. Yesterday we did well over 100, and we'll probably only get about 80 million on the day, maybe 85 million when all is said and done, since it's already after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? Couple interesting stocks out there. VJet, the 3D printers. If the market can hold up, these should continue to get a good bounce. Take a look at VJet today. Just a monster move. And 3D Systems is also having a very nice move here. It's into the 200. If it gets through the 200 moving average on the intraday, it should actually have a pretty substantial move. I'm thinking a move up in this range is very likely, which would be back to about the 50.75 level. 50.75, another $2 to $3 to the upside. So that's something for us to watch as well. If you go to the daily chart on VJet, on DDD, you can see how much of a fall the stock has had. I mean, in all reality, if the market can hold up for a week or two, this could easily bounce back to this pivot right here, and this is actually a big one. See this low, and then you have the break, and then the bounce back to it, and then the fall. So, and the 20 MA is also there. So I would say that 54-ish, 54.5 could be a logical target for DDD in the short term, which again would be actually about a $6 move up, pretty substantial move up there. Okay, so just little things like that I want you guys to be watching and paying attention to. That's only if the market can continue to grind higher. I think the market has a little bit more upside to it, but I don't think that there's a huge amount of upside. So you're looking at maybe another couple percentage points into next week, potentially, and then I would start getting bearish again on the overall market, okay? By the way, we launched our new website. As you guys know, we have our full track record up there under the free market action. You can see Research Center track record. That's if you're in the Research Center, that's what you get. Spectacular track record. All right, if you go to free market action down to Research Center track record, you're going to see 153% in gains for 2014. We've only had, out of about 50 plays this entire year, we've had like 5 losers. All right, percentage-wise, it is unbelievable. And honestly, we're outperforming last year in terms of winners versus losers with an 85, I think it's actually an 89 or 88 percentage win rate. I mean, that is spectacular there. Okay, so you can check that out on our new website. You can also take a free trial to the Research Center. I suggest doing that as well. And bottom line is, come profit with the pros. This is where it's at, folks. We'll enjoy having you, teaching you, and giving you awesome trade alerts that'll make you money. Take care.